Something really cool is about to come up. Something that I should say is more than meets the eye. Yes, we're about to talk about some Transformers, and I got with me Ben Montano, the Senior Director, and John Gordon, the Senior Manager of Product Design. And I see some things on the table, so I'm already ready to get going here. So we're going to talk about some Transformers. But before we get into the products here, 35 years, right? 35 years of Transformers.
I was barely old enough.
I was absolutely old enough.
Yeah. So yeah, I was a whole 5 years old when it started, but huge fan. And I think I'm super psyched that I can be part of it still 35 years later playing with toys. Like never did I think when I was 5 in my basement playing with toys I'd still be doing it at 35. Although I'm 40 now. So.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy to think something like Transformers has lasted as many years as it has. And it's taken so many forms. So back in the day, I would rush home and I'd watch G1, which was, you know, the original show. It was just called the Transformers cartoon back then. And I'd open up the TV guide, you know, look at when it was going to show up. And I was there for it, man. I was reading the comic books in the very, very beginning, and it was exciting. But I think what's most exciting about being able to work as a designer on this brand is it changes so much. So there's like Beast Force fans out there, Transformers Prime fans out there. Prime, anybody out there? Yeah, there we go. Right. And I mean, in the incredible cinematic universe that Paramount brought to the table, we have a whole generation of fans that's their Transformers too. So it just keeps growing and changing like the big robots from space. You know, it's a great thing to be really magical. It's a fire truck that goes by. Could that be Inferno? Or that big red semi truck that goes by is Optimus Prime? Or is that yellow Volkswagen Beetle Bumblebee or Camaro, depending on which generation you're into. And I think that that's something that really pulls us all together. And what I've found is by talking to fans at conventions like this is that we all are kind of brought together under the same spirit of Transformers. And we're able to share it with our kids and cousins and the young generation. And I think there's something just intrinsically cool about the puzzle of being able to do, to make a Transformer convert from a robot to a vehicle. Every kid likes puzzles, boys, girls, all kids around the world.
Nice. Well, let's see some of these things that we have here today. I'm really excited. So what do you want to start off with first here?
So yeah, I think right in front of us, some of them have been following the last month or two have seen we recently announced part of the 35th anniversary cool program. We're rolling out across the country in US Walmart. It's really going to get behind this. Really cool 35th anniversary looking style here. Celebrate the anniversary. What's really neat about these, John will pull one out if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
We're going to unbox?
We're going to unbox right here. So
right here.
What we wanted to do is try to bring the characters off the screen. And I think, you know, like you said, like what is lasting about this? Yeah. So this is a cel-shaded look that we did on these, so that kind of that glimmer and shine and reflections that you see right from the cartoon. We actually, for the first time ever, put it on the toys. So we wanted to harken back to, all the Saturday morning cartoons that we sat and watched eating our cereals back in the mid-'80s and bring that magic to this line. So we're really psyched, proud. You have a Megatron here too. John?
Yeah, so I think what's really cool about this class of characters is because not only they come in this really awesome 35th anniversary packaging, but you can see this shell-shaded technique that the designers have put on this thing. The model artist that worked on this has been working on Transformers for a very, very long time, and it's one of his passion projects. So you can see even like the face here has two different colors sprayed on there, but it's done in such a way that it feels like a real cel-shaded character, you know, straight from a video game or from the original G1 series. And so I think, you know, the bright colors and all the awesome posability of the work of Seibertron characters really are able to bring these characters to life in an expression that really celebrates the 35th anniversary.
Oh, it looks like Megatron's coming up.
Oh, you don't even have his arm gun, dude. Come on.
Here we go.
My job is to tell a good story. He makes it.
Well, no, this is great because I was going to say that's what's so fascinating about you get so much more detail in these toys now that they almost look like the cartoon come to life. So I just always love that style whenever someone does that.
And I think, you know, where we've had a lot of fun is as we've looked 35 years into this, it's new techniques in engineering and development have allowed us to put posability, sculpt, all these cool details, applications that you couldn't do 30 years ago to push even the product further. So it's not just about creating great stories, the humanity that is in these robots, which has been a big part of what we believe has made this a lasting brand, but also to make just this evolution of the product, that it isn't just the toy from the 80s. Although we did reissue those as well. Anyone here have any of the G1 reissues? But I think just it's an engineering feat and marvel to make something convert and hide hide the robot parts in the vehicle, and I think it's an endless pursuit of how do we keep pushing that to a new place so it is more than meets the eye in a new way is what has made it fun for us and hopefully everybody out there.
And I think we're really lucky too to be able to have the partnership with the original design team from Takara Tomy, the Japanese designers. People maybe have seen the toys that made us. The design team that works on these toys now, many of these guys they're actually the same designers that worked on some of the toys that the G1 guys or the Beast Wars kids from the 90s played with these kids too. So for them, it's not just their job, it's their legacy. And it's exciting to be able to work with these literal, living legends to bring these things to life. It's really, really awesome.
Is there a different way that they're approaching creating these figures now versus what they were able to do back in the 80s?
Oh, absolutely. You know what's really neat about it is with every generation, some new technology comes out. So with Beast Wars, you had the ball joints. That was the first time that characters had ball joints. Or in the Paramount universe, there were lots of different types of fold-out panels and panel forming and things like that started to happen. In the War for Seibertron, we had these new types of hip joints that are able to support all of the extra weapons that you can put on these characters. But I think being able to have all of these things combined, that's what's really cool. It's having one, it's almost like a professional skateboarder. The longer you skateboard, the more you're going to learn tricks and the more you're going to learn how to fall and have it be graceful, right? I think these guys are so good at what they do that with every generation comes new technology.
Now, as we saw some of those hands go up, they're not all kids in the audience that are collecting these things.
No, I think we're all kids, right?
Yeah, we're all kids at heart, of course.
We're all 10.
No, not little kids, that's right.
Yes. So I know that sometimes you make Transformers toys that are specifically for an age group, and you sometimes will make toys like this that are obviously for the collectors. Is there a different approach that you take with making these versus I'm gonna make this for kids, I'm gonna make this for adult collectors, I'm gonna make this it's gonna look cool on your shelf, those types of thoughts?
I think that's a very good question. There's a lot of fans out there that collect the Masterpiece, which are the very super difficult to convert characters. But what we found is with War for Seibertron, we certainly are creating them for a collector mindset, but what the definition of collector nowadays in a fan in general, even as you look around here at New York Comic-Con, fans can be of any age, and we found that so many kids are getting into War for Seibertron, kids that are 8 to 12 years old, which is really awesome, and I think that just speaks to the power of our franchise. But when you're designing to collect for collectors, they demand lots of detail, and the system has to work really, really well, the parts and the colors and the deco has to look sharp, and there has to be a certain level of challenge. And I think that's what's cool about this brand is you have all the way up to Masterpiece and then down to Cyberverse. You've got Rescue Bots. You've got something for every age here.
And I think as John said, simplicity of the conversion is something that definitely is big. But I think where we have figures like this is where you will have a fan of any age. We'll just love these. Where we have had fun is in a subline we call Generation Selects. Ooh. And this is where we kind of...
Generation Selects start Skyfire.
Yeah. So we already have asked for the...
We already got requests coming in.
That's how it all happens. That's how the magic happens.
So this is where we are able to do kind of those niche characters that you ask any 10-year-old and they will have no idea. They'll think you're talking Cybertronian. But this is where we do characters like... Here, I guess Giant Grab. Some of these characters are called the Power Dashers, back in the 80s, which were mail-away figures that no one would know unless they mailed away in the 80s. But
deep cuts right now.
These are deep cuts, right? Yeah.
Super deep cuts.
So this is where we have fun, and actually fun. Our friends over at Entertainment Earth are hiding here somewhere. They're actually selling these right now.
Oh, nice.
These two figures here, so a little plug for our friends over there. But this is what your question of what do we do different for different fans? Yeah. This is for the fans in the audience, for sure. Yeah, so look around here, there's not a lot of under 10s in the audience here, so a couple hands going up.
Fun story, my mom actually used to clip out all of the little points back in the day they were like robot points. You could mail them away to get the Power Dashers. The Power Dashers, these sort of weird little, not so great pullback Transformers, and lots of chrome. So what we did was using our new toy technologies, we're able to tool up a new head for this guy, as you can see, and he can actually, you can snap his arms and legs off and put him on Optimus Prime or other characters. And then this guy over here for the 2000s kids, this is actually from a series called Seibertron Defense Hot Rod. So he's actually from the Unicron trilogy from the mid-2000s. So this is really like one of those things with Selects, we're able to speak to all different types of fans.
That's so great. I mean, that's got to be interesting with some of the characters because you make so many different generations of Transformers, having to decide like which version of Optimus or which version of Bumblebee or Megatron to put out there.
Oh yeah, that's the best part.
I think you just teed up the next show and tell we have. So, so a fan favorite that we hear a lot, for those that like, any Decepticon fans out there?
Okay, I'm a little worried. I'm a lot more Decepticons.
The older we get, maybe the more evil we get, I figured out. When you ask kids, they're all Autobots. Once you get to be a teenager, it's Decepticon. So, I think your question's great. Starscream. Anyone here a fan of Starscream?
Starscream, yes.
So he is a character we continue to reimagine. So this actually is a reveal here for our friends. You can see the cameras going up.
This is the first time right here. First, the debut of Starscream. So this Starscream has to have his own like personal debut. That's very Starscream.
Starscream's just like, get off the table.
Yes.
Everyone move. So we'll let John set him up here, but
the debut from
John
space
kind of give you
to Earth. And once they get to Earth, we all know that the Ark, the little Sky Spy thing, goes out and it starts exploring and repairing. And one of the first Transformers that it repairs is a jet transformer, Thundercracker. But so this character actually, this version of Starscream converts into a very, very nice jet mode that is arguably better than the Masterpiece version. The more we played with it, we took reference from previous versions of Starscream. Like there was a favorite version out there, the Universe one that everyone seems to love. But we put it in scale with the other characters. We were really careful about that. Lots of great new points of articulation, lots of cool details like his head. I could go on and on about this guy, but this is a brand new reveal, never before seen. So it's always fun being able to come to this panel and bring out something brand new. Like,
should I give you? Do you want to do a skit over there? You're doing a great Starscream voice impression.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's see it over here.
There you go.
Yes! I am debuted at New York Comic-Con 2019! All bow down to Starscream!
I'm not sure there's a feature in there for you, but hey.
I like to believe.
YouTube star.
I think it's perfect.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm one of those bad impression videos. I understand. But that's really cool. But that's a good figure, though. That's a good one.
No, it's great. You know, the Earthrise figures, we've got a lot. You guys may have seen some reveals earlier this week of Ironworks and some other characters.
Decepticons.
Yeah, we've got lots of. This guy's a Decepticon. Come on now. And I think what's cool about Earthrise is we're actually starting to do a new system where there's like cities and kind of like I don't know if you guys remember the Micromasters back in the day. They had these little cities that you could drive the Micromasters on, and we've actually brought back characters like that. Much like that character we showed, the Power Dasher, we can break them apart. You're able to break apart these little cities. And now you can put all the chunks of the city on Optimus Prime or the other characters.
Nice.
Build them out. Or if you're like really into it, you want to get down on the carpet with your kids, you can kind of place all of the characters together and connect all the roads and make like almost like a sweeper city.
Do you need kids?
No, I think you could totally hang out and do it on your own, Ben, if you wanted to.
Get it hard.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. What else do we have on any other goodies?
So character reimagining is something we have done a lot, right?
Yes.
And this, I think we were talking backstage of what's your kind of OG. You said it was G1 Universe, and there's definitely some Beast Wars, Prime fans.
Although once again, respect to Bumblebee. That new movie was so good.
The movie was fun, right? We had a lot of fun working on that. The team, Travis Knight and crew, John Cena, hilarious. He is as giant as he looks in person on screen, but huge heart. So I think as we look at reimagining, we've had a friend sitting on the couch with us.
Oh, look at that little guy. We didn't even know he was there.
Yeah, I think so. This is a tradition, and I know this is our first time hanging with you at New York Comic Con. But every year we kind of tease our next Titan class figure.
Oh, okay.
So Titan classes are roughly 2-foot large figures that we launch every year. So we have Tripticon, Fortress Maximus, Metroplex, Predaking. Who else am I missing now? Omega Supreme this year. So Well, this character will officially go unnamed at this point in time. I'm sure anyone in the audience may shout out who they think he belongs to. Anybody?
Does anyone know?
I heard like 10 people say the right name.
Okay.
So I think one of
Let them assume.
Yes.
One of the cool things about being able to come to an event like this is to talk about all the big news that we got. So the big news this year is actually kind of like small news. Big news in a small package. So this little guy is a deluxe class character that's actually part of a Titan class character. And Ben was touching on Titan class has always been this really fun tradition in the new Transformers toys we've been doing, where every year we try to do a big, $150 Transformer that really is a dream come true for a lot of fans. The fans voted and helped us do characters like Trypticon. We just put out an amazing Omega Supreme we revealed last year. We brought the tank out here. And this year we're able to bring this little guy. He's got a really neat feature that I could demonstrate, right? Let me put down the mic. All right. So if you see here, he's got all the articulation that you'd expect out of a War for Seibertron character, the ankle pivots, and you can pose him out in a really cool way. I'm trying to make him not look weird and goofy on the camera. But you can actually remove his.
Oh no!
Look at that. Who remembers the headmasters, right? So this guy is actually a small transformer who's able to convert into a little head that you can place on this guy. Much like one of my favorite named characters, Ape Face. So Ape Face arguably has one of the most awesome sounding names. And he was a Decepticon headmaster. So this guy actually has a similar feature of a headmaster as well. So that little bit of an Easter egg here for fans in your panel. But I think one of the most exciting things about Earthrise is that this guy is actually part of something much bigger. He's part of a city. Okay, so if you think about that, like, you're going to be able to get all of these city things, and this guy is going to be able to become the Decepticon center of your big, awesome city that you're sitting on the carpet building.
I like this.
You need a bigger house.
Yeah, I'm saying that's my only thing is I need more space just to be able to do all this stuff. So yeah, this is great. I love this. We had some yelling out earlier, some requests. Are there any specific Transformers that get requested to you guys a lot? Like you're just like, please give me more of any character.
Well, I think one of the biggest asks that we've gotten, at least in the time I've been at Hasbro, and I've been working at Transformers now for quite some time. When I would go to BotCon back in the day or San Diego Comic-Con, people would always come up to me and say, when are we going to get Unicron, the biggest Transformer, Unicron? So we were able to put this together through HasLab and through Hasbro Pulse to be able to bring this thing to life. And over the course of 2 years, we were working on trying to design and build the biggest Transformer ever created. And he's 20 pounds. He is
20 pounds?
He's 27 inches tall. He's almost like as big as a toddler. And
it's a child.
And the sphere is literally like between our mics. That's about how big the planetary ring is. You can imagine how big he is. So if you go to Hasbro Pulse, you check out Unicron.
And he's actually on display over in the Pop Insider booth. Like everybody in the audience,
everyone's pointing to it right now.
He's like 15 feet away from us.
Oh, look at him! He's right
and
there.
There's about
I didn't realize
people,
that close to him.
There's 10, 20 people around it right now. So the Titan class is great, but that is a class in and of itself.
Oh yeah,
the
totally.
biggest Transformer ever.
I saw it at San Diego Comic-Con. I was like, that is massive. I was waiting for it to actually start to
You need
attack.
a room just for that.
It's a shrine.
So we're actually, as of this morning, we're up over 7,000 backers. We're tracking 8,000 is
It's
where
so
we need to get to officially crowdfund Unicron. So
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
There's at least 7,500 people here, so we're 10% of the way there. If everybody jumps on
When do they have to do it by?
Everyone
by
by
Sunday.
10.
So this Sunday, October 6th, on HasbroPulse.com, help make this dream a reality, the largest Transformer ever. So the question we always get, we can finally put it to bed.
Yes.
We're ready to make Unicron.
You asked for it, so.
And we actually have some really neat things. If you look at him over there, not to get super geeky designery with it.
No, please, this is the place to do that.
We actually added a bunch of cool features. Like we put in a really micro-sized to scale Galvatron and Hot Rod. So we have prototypes there on display. to show you the new included features we just debuted this past week, as well as a tiny Autobot shuttle and a small stand that you can actually place the severed head of Unicron onto. So if you want to like stunt and go to work and just like, hey, guess what I got? You can just like bring the head to work. You know, you don't have to bring the entire planet to work. But the little Autobot shuttle and things like that, to me, you know, as a person growing up with big robot toys, it's always fun to be able to put that there, and you get the sense of this massive scale. You can play out like all those cool moments with his pincers, you know, eating planets. And then the other thing that we revealed is each one of his hands now has 15 points of articulation, so you can actually get his hands to do all sorts of cool poses, solid fists. You could have him clutching, you know, an orange, pretending it's a planet, you know,
Or a coffee cup with his name spelled out.
with his name set, yeah. And that happens all the time. They
Or
always
Unicron, a lot of mistakes.
Luckily, my name's John, so either people sometimes lead to H-op, that's the worst I get.
Oh my god, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be like the first Transformer you don't need a car seat to like.
Oh no, you do. You do. You know, he's
So big.
20 pounds.
Now, and that's what's interesting too, is because you can also transform it into this virtuosity, but like, it's just it's
I think,
amazing.
and that's where we've been asked a lot in this project how long we've been working on this. I think I look back, we started last December.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
saw
have
it in
put
Japan.
almost a year, and I think the engineering feat, you know, our friend Takara Tomy, Kunihiro-san, has been the lead on this project, and he started in '86, I think, right?
He did,
Transformers.
yeah.
So this has been definitely a passion project for that team, and working with us to hold 20 pounds up is you know, obviously a feat we've never really undertaken before. But that's why just the amount of time we put into this to make sure that we could deliver just the highest quality, biggest figure ever. It's quite amazing.
It's awesome. And it's cool too that he's not just like a really cool planet that comes with the planet stand, but he can stand on his own weight, so he doesn't need to stand as a robot.
Yeah.
So you could, if you built your Earthrise city, you could literally have him go through and wreck everything like kaiju style, which I know I'm gonna do. Yeah, just have him kicking.
Now, how's your Orson Welles Unicron?
Oh, I don't know. I can do.
Stick to Starscream. Stick to Starscream.
No, I was gonna ask though, if I do have it like in a shrine, I'm definitely gonna have a boombox or something next to it to just play "You Got the Touch."
Oh my god, yeah.
You got the power.
I don't understand what you
We get sound wave on that one. All right, so yeah. Now, what's also interesting is that you guys have been also crossing over Transformers with another one of my favorite franchises, Ghostbusters. So can we talk a little bit about that? Like, because we got some comics going on with that, we got some toys going on with that.
Anyone fan of that crossover?
Yeah. Want to see some more?
Some people are ready to. We got some more requests out there.
I know, I
Just
bet.
the guy in front. So yeah, I think that was, you know, as we started looking at, you know, our anniversary this year, how do we celebrate that? We also huge Ghostbusters fans here. John maybe more so than
Oh yeah. No man, I love Ghostbusters. I mean, how can you not love Ghostbusters? It's a great movie.
And I think, you know,
Bill Murray.
it was one phone call to the team at Sony as they're celebrating their anniversary too, and it was just a no-brainer, and we jumped headfirst in. And the first conversation was around Ecto 1 and giving
course.
that, right, this new identity. And then from there, like, well, we need a story. And IDW said, I mean, their minds were blown. They're like, you're seriously going to let us do this? This is unbelievable. So obviously 5 comics later, that's been just an awesome story. And then icing on the cake was the Optimus Prime. You know, and giving him this cool kind of Ghostbusters paint job, and Ecto 1 actually can roll into the trailer.
Yeah.
So they can kind of go on their ghost fighting adventures. It was definitely more of a passion kind of geek out project for us, and we're glad people bought them and we can make money on our own, selling our own fun toys. But
What a fun concept of like, all right, I got this crazy idea. I'm going to bring these two franchises together. I'm going to make toys and comics, and you're making money off of this. But it's also a fan dream come true.
that's really what it was, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's more of a passion project, and you know, we kids in the '80s there are a ton of other opportunities, I think, out there for us to hunt.
Are you taking requests for other crossovers? Because
Well,
I have a
my
couple.
ears are open, so I can't help but hear what may be yelling from the audience.
Well, Hasbro, I know.
Let's see here. Let's see your sci-fi guy. What do you got?
Hasbro, I know, just got another franchise recently. You got the Power Rangers over there.
Oh.
And they have the Megazord. So I'm just saying.
That does
Yo,
sound cool.
go take it. Go take it.
Just a thought, just a thought.
It would have to be a combiner.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Also, there are other franchises that have very, popular cars. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking of DeLorean. So I'm just saying.
We're also big G.I. Joe fans.
G.I. Joe,
We're
yes.
going, we don't need
Nice
roads.
collabs there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Mr. Potato Head. Anything with Mr. Potato Head.
Top of the list. Top of the list.
Always, always.
I think that what's really cool about those too is when you look around, you see all these people in awesome costumes and cosplay, and they've been working all year on their costumes. I think a place like Comic-Con is where you get all this melting pot of all these things that we love coming together, and I think it's just cool to be part of that on Transformers. We're all sort of doing the same thing, we're just doing it in plastic.
It's so great. Well, I'm just so glad that you guys are keeping the Transformers franchise alive. We keep getting new stuff year after year, and I can't wait to see what else you guys got in store, both with Transformers and crossovers and all across what's going on with Hasbro. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Give them a round of
Thanks,
applause for these wonderful guys. Ben and John, make sure you check out the Hasbro booth, or if you're at home, check out the Hasbro website, Hasbro Pulse. Get on that Unicron thing right now. And stay tuned. Coming up next, we got the cast of The Purge coming up here, right here on the stage, here at New York Comic Con 2019. Keep checking us out here at Sci-Fi Wire. Hashtag it's a fan thing.
Are these the different hands, Kevin? Are these the different ones or the same ones? I can't tell.
Oh, there's the art.
Huh? Yeah, and look at, you see High Rod and Galvatron?
No.
Look how it's, they're like ants, literally.
I need to get pictures of that. You gotta think about it.
You guys getting one? $5.75. We only need like
I got one.
999 more.
We're gonna buy 500 each.
Three each, man.
Let's get it there.
We're so close.
Unicron's at 7,000 backers. We need 1,000 more. Hopefully New York Comic Con can pull it off. There he is. And there's Kevin Lucas, one of the three brothers who owns Unicron.com, and he is in heaven with this guy.
I have personally watched 3 people back it right here in the booth. So
I like that. Alright. It's interesting that they spun it.